Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you're doing fantastic out there as we come to another day here from Sin City. Looking at, there's a Golden Knights game going on right now. We just missed the Panthers by a few days here. They were here on Sunday. They're taking on Columbus right now. I got scared as hell because outside here, I didn't know this in Vegas, when they score, the entire arena sounds off like a goal horn. And I was like, what the is happening out there? So I was a little scared. I also was watching the game in my room, and I was like, well, I suppose I'm going to know what's going to happen here in about 30 seconds. Lo and behold, there we were. Anyway, nobody here comes to this channel to hear me talk Golden Knights hockey. But we do have some golden news, and that is that Tyler Herro has been named an Eastern Conference All-Star. Congratulations to one boy wonder. Our baby goat is all grown up. Tyler Herro gets named to this year's All-Star team. He becomes the 11th Heat player to be named to the All-Star team. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Goran Dragic, Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, Anthony Mason. He is now in that class, so congratulations to Tyler Herro for making it. Tim Reynolds also saying do not be surprised if he's going to be in the three-point contest, which would be very, very cool to see Tyler Herro go give that another whirl. But much deserved, dude. I mean, like, first of all, there's a couple things that are really cool here about Tyler Herro making the All-Star team. One, something that he really, really wanted, right? Like, this is, I don't think he made any secret about it. He said he was anxious about it. You guys saw the Instagram post about it. This is a guy who has been shooting for this for a while. Miami, not exactly a team that's been in a position to get like a 3 All-Stars like the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the one year that you could probably say he deserved it was the year that he won Sixth Man of the Year. And the fact that he was a sixth man probably deterred it, and it ended up going to Jimmy that season. Bam has obviously gotten it a few times in his career, so it's just great to see. You know, he's put in a lot of hard work, and has dealt with a lot of adversity from doubters. You know, like, and the list spans. You know, like the list spans of a lot of people that he had to deal with. You know, Pat Riley came out this past year and called him fragile. Played basically every single game this season. He's been relied upon night in and night out. He is grown in his game. He's taken the challenges from Spoelstra to be a better decision maker. He has not wavered on that. Hell, Udonis Haslem said last year, he said he's better off as a sixth man, when maybe we were in a better spot with Duncan Robinson starting and Tyler Herro being a sixth man. Old Tobes has put him in. I've put him in every trade known to man, from Spida Mitchell to Damian Lillard, and now here he is, all-star teammates with those two individuals. And I think the other thing that's really cool about this for Tyler, you know, this was a pretty stacked year that he got in. This was not like an easy backcourt year for him to make the team. And he was not getting the respect, for whatever reason, from the fan base to get that nod. That's another story for another day. But you know, you're talking about a year where you have, you know, Jalen Brunson, Spida Mitchell, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Damian Lillard. You know, LaMelo Ball was putting up crazy numbers. A lot of people mad Trae Young didn't make it this year. And look, they can go be mad about it. Whatever. I'm not here to say that those guys aren't all-stars or, you know, Tyler Herro. The one thing that you can be upset that those guys aren't all-stars, because it's a very stacked year. You cannot be upset that Tyler Herro is an all-star, because he's had an all-star season. Third most three-point makes in the NBA this year. He has been far and away the Heat's best player. He has been the most consistent player. He has been, in a lot of ways, the emotional leader of the team. And I think that mental headspace that he's been in was really noticeable from the jump. I remember having him at Media Day this year for our interview, and you know, we talked a little bit about this list that he put up, and I think he was ranked 87th. 87th by CBS Sports, I think was the list. And you know, he was just laughing at it. You know, he had such a good time with the idea that these guys ranked him. He goes, well, listen, something to the effect of he respectfully disagrees, and he goes, I know that because I'm taking these guys on in the summer, and they wouldn't tell you that they're above me in these lists. So I'll get the exact wording of it, but it was something to that effect. He kind of just laughed it off. I'm like,
I think I saw on your social media that it was a posting of a ranking that you may have. I'm just interpreting, so you tell me if I'm right or wrong. It could be something, could be nothing. Did you find the ranking of 87 to be a slap in the face? Did you find that to be too low? What was the reasoning behind that?
Yeah,
because I do.
No, I think it's too low. But I don't make the rankings. If I made my rankings, it would be a little bit different than that. So everyone
should, right?
Everyone has their own opinion, and it's cool. So I'm cool with it.
How much do you find stuff like that? Like, do you find that stuff motivating anymore, or is it like has it become less so because you're a guy you're used to, honestly, dealing with the noise and you deal with it well?
Yeah, honestly, it hasn't even got to. I'm always motivated. I got 2 beautiful kids that motivate me enough. So, like, a ranking, honestly, is more of like I look at that ranking and kind of just laugh. Like, honestly.
Wait. I'm going to tell you what you do. You look at the list and you go, hey, you see this guy right here?
And I respect everybody on the list.
You respect everybody, but again, it's from what you believe you are, not from them. And so you look at the list and go,
there's also players on the list that I've seen throughout the summer. We played one-on-one. We shot. We did our thing.
And they don't know that, though, right?
And they don't know that. And those players might even tell you that they're not better than me from what I've done to them. So I'm not even going to –
Wait a minute.
In the summer. I'm not saying in the games.
So I'm accurate then.
Yeah. So I said,
you still remember the guy who replaced you with?
Oh yeah, I remember when they shipped me out of Baltimore and they brought in Bam Morris. I still got his stats.
That's what makes us who we are,
Right?
And
because like I'm like you. It's okay though. It's okay to think you say, oh no, he ain't better than me, and you go out there and see. I told y'all. Like that's.
Yeah, like I said, though, I respect everyone that was on the list and definitely excited to see how they perform as well. So, it's cool.
Just kind of came in easy breezy, let the work speak for itself, let the chips fall where they may, and his talent has just spoken. And you have to admire that. Just turned 25 years old, just going to start to enter his prime. And it's a hell of an accomplishment, and people had said that, the heat of that. Did anybody feel emotions when this happened? And Kevin Love says, I did. I've witnessed firsthand how far he has come and how hard he has worked. Well-deserved is an understatement. #CAWB. That's cold-ass white boy for you squares out there. John Calipari, his college coach. Tyler Herro was named to the NBA All-Star team. I could not be more proud of him and happy for him. One of the hardest workers I've ever coached. It is well-deserved. And it's always been a thing with Tyler. People have always said that the guy has just an incredible work ethic, gets after it. So it is awesome to see him get this accomplishment for the squad. And for him, it really, I think it's got to mean a lot. You talk about people have wondered, hey, what's the standing of the game? How good is he? People have wondered, is he a cornerstone? Is he good enough? All that stuff. Well, they can't take All-Star away, man. They can't take that. Once that's on the resume, that's on the resume. And so you have to feel for him. Maybe this is even something, that bolsters him even more. Because it was interesting this last game against the Cavs. His shot was a little bit off. And I'll give credit to Cleveland. They were good defensively, but I also think that you wonder if there was a little bit of anxiousness going into that night. Now, he did have the nice ending and the good run at the end of the third quarter, which has been one of the things that's been very impressive. Like, he doesn't let any type of bad stretch deter him from the next one's going to go in, because he gets one. We've seen that plenty of times this year where maybe there haven't been games where the Heat have pulled them all out, but there's been games that they had no business even being in because of Tyler Herro. And that's, on top of the ones where he did get the game winners on it. But, You think about some of those games where the Heat were probably down like a dozen, and Tyler Herro brings them to within 3, and you're just like, holy crap, this guy cannot be stopped right now. It is incredible to see what he is doing. So, just an awesome thing, man. That's an awesome story for him to be at this spot. And, especially with all of the Jimmy Butler stuff going down and how guys can take challenges and how guys can take all that type of stuff. Look, it went 2 different ways with that Riley press conference, right? Like one guy took it, kept it in mind, kept it in his head as rocket fuel. Did one guy need, to prove more than the other? Yeah, I think that's fair. Obviously, Jimmy had made his bones more in the league than Tyler Herro had to that point. And really the only thing that's left for Tyler Herro is, to have a strong postseason run that we haven't really seen from him since the time he was a rookie, just because he's dealt with so many injuries. Last year he had that great performance in Game 2. Incredible performance from him against a juggernaut Boston team. But, with the broken hand, the dealing with the groin the year before that, it's just it's about now that body holding up. Will this be a team that's good enough to have that? Well, this is kind of his moment to see. Once the Heat get into whatever playoff series they're in, that'll be his moment to see, hey, all right, you're going to be on the stage. Everyone's going to be game planning. Everybody goes into these Heat games now trying to take him out, take away his shooting, take away his ability. So that's the exciting thing now, is now that he's got the much-deserved credential that he gets this year, the next thing for him is to get over that canyon right now. And mostly right now what is important for him, even more so than proving himself in the playoffs, because who knows what the ceiling of this team is right now with being so young. But being a young guy who has been through it all, it is upon him and Bam. And I think that Tyler's done a great job of this, to keep all the young guys' heads right, to not let anybody get down on themselves, to keep everybody in the good mind frame. It's going to be easier with the Jimmy Butler stuff when that's all cast aside and not a thing anymore. But I think he's already done a good job with it, with putting his arms around Khalil Ware this year and doing just doing a good job to keep things loose and to have guys believe in. You could see the emotions, being there at the Orlando Magic game the other night, what that one meant for that team. And we saw what went down with the Houston win and things like that. So there's been some fun moments around Herro this year. I mean, other than him getting spiked on his head, that was also very scary. I don't wish that upon anybody. But even still, it ended with him having an incredible performance and telling Ahmed Thompson, who's having a great year himself, to go home. You lost. So it's this is a cool thing for him, where right now the Heat are in this transition phase. He is the guy right now. He's the dude on the team who's going to be taking all the big time shots, who's going to be looked upon to carry them offensively. He's done a marvelous job of it this year. The Heat certainly need to find some more consistency, but that with the youth, with the ins and outs, with all the drama that they've dealt with, even more today with the Rozier thing, this really feels like, for me, some much, much needed good news for the franchise. The franchise has dealt with more controversy and scandal and unrest than I can remember. Probably since, the harsh feelings back and forth with Chris Bosh. Certainly there were always petty matchups when they took on LeBron and, the Dion Waiters stuff. But, nothing ever was this, where it was Dion Waiters and Hassan Whiteside are not making a first take topic for a week because it's not content. This one, this year's been, it's been frustrating to have to go through all this, to see franchises and fan bases take sides and all that type of stuff. So for Tyler to get this honor, to just be straight up hey, a guy worked his ass off. A guy dealt with doubters, from his own fan base to his own organization to skeptics and pundits around the league. to nobody even in these trade backers, nobody thinking that he was worth it. And now that kid is an all-star and a deserved all-star in a stacked year. And it is some much-needed news, exciting news, happy news for the fan base that I think feels really good for a guy who worked his ass off and deserved it. So really, really great job by Boy Wonder, Big T, cold-ass white boy, the baby goat, all grown up. He is an all-star now, and they can't take that away from him.